Well, he's a god, man. And we dress like Marty Fugate. We wear the stupid glasses that he stole from you. But we don't call him Marty Fugate. We call him Dr. Fate. We've planted banyan trees all over the country. Even though it's illegal, we live in banyan trees. Some of us carry size, some of us wear top hats, and some of us throw people off buildings. But it's really cool. This banyan tree, it's a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom banyan tree. The guest wing, as you can see, it's very spacious. You know, there's room for many guests. You can entertain. There are several, interesting vistas, as you can see. Really, a lot of storage space, a lot of room, a lot of light, and I think the feng shui is incredible. So yeah, we're happy living in trees, creating more trees and killing people. That's what life is all about. Here's my advice to aspiring young filmmakers. First, whatever you do, you don't want to make a movie in the early 70s. You want to be born now, when there's really cool equipment, sound, editing capability, and every snot-nosed teenage punk with no talent and no balls can put something together and edit it and add titles and So first of all, you want to be born like now, because the stuff that'll come out in the next 20 years will even be better than the stuff that we have now. Some basic stuff. I mean, I'm assuming that the cameras of the future will still have batteries. You want to make sure your batteries are charged. Can't stress that enough. You'll get a good scene and it's like ghosts walking, you can't see shit. You've gotten all this trouble and there ain't nothing on film. If there's nothing on film, there's nothing there. It doesn't matter if it's in your head, if it's not on film. That is actually pretty damn good advice. The other thing is, if you're going to do something that involves friends, that's good, but make sure they're still your friends afterwards. If not, do the scenes where their clothes are destroyed and they step on tetanus-inducing nails last. You don't want to do that early, because then you lose a character halfway through and find somebody else. I think it's good not to ask permission, because it's like that sort of implies you have to have a shitload of money already to make a movie. It's good to do guerrilla filmmaking, but just do it in such a way that you can kind of get in and get out. And there's plan your escape route. I'm not even saying that as a joke. You really do need to know, okay, after the body falls, you guys grab them, we grab them, I get the head, and we're in the car. If it's a kind of thing where you're running around and the security guard's coming, that's bad. We generally did okay with the escape route stuff.
The security guards can just totally destroy the plot line.
Destroy the plot line.
The suspension of disbelief.
Right. So either avoid the situation where they destroy the plot line, or find some way to work it into the script.
So no permits, no permission, no escape routes.
Escape routes, very important. And one thing, and then this is like basic crap, but see, just because you filmed it doesn't mean it actually has to go in the film. Just because you were actually there. So the basic rule with a scene is, number one, does the scene need to be in there? And if it is, number two, does this material need to be in the scene? So if the audience gets the idea, you can pretty much stop it and not let something go on for 10 or 15 minutes that don't want to bore your audience. And that's pretty much all I can tell you.
What about the usage of younger sisters?
Well, again, it's good to get members of your family involved, but when they have traumatic, like clowns are throwing pies in their face, and they wind up screaming at the sight of every clown they see for the rest of their lives, and have to go into you'll hear about this from other family members who won't have your artistic vision or level of commitment. So, it's like, for some scenes, it's maybe a cousin or a friend of your little, so you just kind of want to ration out the damage you cause.
Can critical theater critic parents be counted on for good reviews?
No. In fact, you'll be the one person they'll feel compelled to give a bad review to. Since you have no power, that's what you'll get, basically.
Including being grounded.
Including being grounded. And, no dessert. There's nothing that kind of
cuts your sense of being a budding Orson Welles off of the knees is having no ice cream after. So, yeah, that's the best.
Being charged rent.
Or being charged rent, or scrubbing the toilet with the toothbrush. So, just kind of want to avoid getting parents involved in any way. I think, unless you're like some snot-nosed actor and your father's like some really important guy, and you're using that situation goes without saying.
When working at a alleged fake pseudo quasi Bavarian restaurant with slime oozing out of the kitchen vent down the wall of the restaurant over the faux mural.
I don't think we ever actually did anything with the old Heidelberg Castle. But that's a shame we didn't, because that was just like, there's a movie there. I mean, it would have had to have been basically Nazis stuffing minority groups into ovens and making them into sauerkraut. I would have think that's the plot that naturally occurs to my mind. And the grease coming down the side of this, Yeah!
Schnitzel and Spätzle.
Yeah!
Grossa.
See, old? Something wet just fell on my head. I hope it's not a diarrheic bird. I don't think so. Oh.
But the Banyan. Getting back to the
Banyan.
The full Banyan, the Banyan with buttress, the Banyan vines that are allegedly safety rated, although there's no safety officer, as I recall.
No, there are no, and there were actually no warning signs or trampolines or safety nets below that, so we really could have sued them. We could have staged an injury and then funded the rest of the movie in style. It's pretty true. So as I was saying, it's important that you compose your shot. And be aware of where the camera is at all times. Can't stress that enough.
And what of continuity then?
And the other thing, you can't, and very important. You can't just then something. So that, of course.
But massive amounts of school credit were awarded by default, just for the sheer audacity of making the movie,
yes.
Even by people who didn't see it.
Well, and I think that's a very important thing, because only a lunatic would call this a creative success. But even if you do something, you should do something that's as best as you possibly. This is like serious advice. What a bore. But do the best you can possibly do. Don't set out to create a piece of crap. But even if you can't pull it off, or it doesn't work, or you can't, the fact that you're doing it is good. The fact that you even risk failing is good, because the next time maybe it won't fail. What's good is doing it. If you succeed, even better. But as long as you're trying to do something, you're exercising that part of your brain. You fail when you stop. When you don't make the movie, that's the failure. It's as long as you can keep doing it and don't give up. That's like 90% of everything.
But will this inspire a new generation of Dadaists?
Well, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that there are people out there right now who are having their basic sense of life's meaningless and absurdity rekindled, who are willing to make a statement that all statements are meaningless. And to take...
Including the statement that all statements are meaningless.
Including that statement. And take seriously the fact that you take nothing seriously. And refuse to resolve these paradoxes. And take yourself seriously. Future Frank Zappas and future Duchamps are out there somewhere. Because this world takes itself so fucking seriously now. It's tedious. So, go out there and deconstruct something.
And then
hide someone's walker. Do something deconstructive.
And then the necessary libations. I understand that it is better for a filmmaker, for example, it is better to be tipsy than tense.
It is better to be tipsy than tense.
So the bibulous tendency to imbibe, bibulousness, it is
alcohol,
a lubricant for the...
Oh, absolutely. And, it's like, I understand that there's alcohol abuse, and there are hangovers, and liver damage, and, tragedies and auto accidents and stuff. But in moderate dose, it's like if you were to look back at the line of creative thinkers and achievers, and take out all the drunks and drug addicts. I mean, what do you have left? It's
No,
not,
no Edgar Allan Poe.
no Edgar Allan Poe. No James Joyce.
Michael
Bram
Deaver.
Stoker was a heroin addict. It's
All
like on and on.
So drink in moderation several times a day. That's the key.
That's right. That's right. As long as you can hack it, keep going. The thing is that you really have to watch out for is food abuse. I mean, you look at a genius like Orson Welles. It wasn't drink; it was food that did him in. Food is what you've got to watch out
Meringue.
for. Right. So. It seems so innocuous, innocuous. Yes, that's the word I was searching for.
So to bracket this with the BBC World News, the dulcet tones and measured vowels.
Yes. Let me put on my piggy glasses.
Right, Froggy.
Well, I went into this interview expecting something profound. I was sadly disappointed. I came in hoping to find some revelation of inner personality. Those hopes were dashed. But I have succeeded in using up several minutes of film and your time. And in that sense, I can rest secure in the knowledge that I'm being paid anyway, and you, like a fool, have watched this. In conclusion, this is Jeffrey Snide for the BBC. What the hell was that song anyway? I'm an ape man, I'm an ape man, oh, I'm an ape man. I'm an ape man, I'm an ape man, I'm an ape man. I don't want a something, my something no more. I don't want to die in a nuclear war. I just want a something, 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 and live like an ape man.
If only we had this technology back then, but